Hello everybody. Welcome to Thursday Live with Barb. Tonight we have a free virtual class. So if you're joining me for the first time, welcome. Thank you for being here. My name's Barb Ryder and I am checking devices here, turning down the volume. And hi Nancy, hi Linda, hi Sue and Peggy. Welcome, and sorry, Peggy, I had some confusion earlier. I created the event and missed putting the time down, so it thought that I was happening now. So I'm glad that you said something. I appreciate that. That helps me. But welcome if you're jumping on. We have 4 projects. That's the normal amount I do when I do the free virtual classes. And what is a free virtual class? Basically, this is a class that you can create on your own because I share things as we go creating the projects. And if you purchase with me, if you make a $35 purchase, you will get all the parts and pieces to create the 4 cards. Plus, I have a special gift that will be going in the packages for any orders. I believe I have through June 6th in my notes. Hi, Carol. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing. And then, yes, you will get a free gift in your package for purchasing with me and getting these card kits for free. So, there will be a color tutorial also. Now, there's a link that is in the description of this video that will take you right to my online store, and using that link will give you the host code that you see right here, and that host code lets me know that you are going to be you are interested in getting that kit. It also allows me to get some of the freebie things that, not freebie because it's with the hostess benefits, that I'm able to get some things that I can pass along as your free gifts, okay? So that is just a simple $35 order. Of course, the more it is, the bigger your gift will be that's coming in your package when I send it. Hi, Diana. Hi, June. So, we just have, I think that is all I have as housekeeping. If you're watching on YouTube and if it's after June 6, 2024, thank you for watching, but these kits won't be available after June 6th of 2024. The really cool part is that the free class will extend a day past when the bundle promotion starts. If you haven't heard, on June 5th, there will be an additional 10% off any bundle that you purchase. So you automatically get the 10%. So the pricing that you see in the catalog gives you a 10% discount. And then with this special that is starting, you get another 10%. So you want to take advantage of that if there's some bundles that you've been looking at, especially if you're thinking about next month's blessing box, which is using the sketched butterfly bundle. Okay? All right. Welcome, everybody. I see more people jumping on. Sometimes it takes a minute to get into their feeds, and so we're going to go ahead and turn down the camera. Is it just bundles or does it include the suites? Well, I'm not sure, Peggy, now that you say that. I did not print out the document that gives me the information. I think it's just bundles because it's considered a bundle promotion. So I think you have to put in the bundle number. I will double check and I'll post that on the Stamp with Barb Ryder page so I can clarify that for you, unless some of the team members are on here or another demonstrator. If you know that answer from looking at the printout or the web page, then that will let us know. Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn the camera down and I'll still be up here in the corner. And what I want to do is just go over the bundles real quick. I don't know. I'm gonna excuse me. I do have my pretty little Oh, you can't see it now. I was going to show you. I have my little Stampin' Up cup here, and I have some tea in it today, and because I can't drink caffeine at night, right? Just keeps me up too late. Anyway, what I was saying is I was thinking about turning this lighting so that, see if that will be a little bit better. Okay. Anyway, I picked up my cup to take a drink because had a dry throat here. Okay, so if you will turn in your catalog, the bundles, information and all, start on page 35. And it's going to start with the Mediterranean blooms. Now, you do have your sweet collection, but down here, you definitely have what they call the citrus blooms bundle. So I believe that it's just the bundle pricing. Hi, Deb. Hi, Colleen. So, because there is a pricing here for the bundle, okay? But this is the fun part. There are a lot more bundles in here than you realize. Mediterranean blooms, which I do not have. I'm going to bring this over a little bit. The next suite is the Take to the Sky. So this is, I've seen some really nice things done with this one, page 37. The next one is To Market. And so again, the bundle price is right there. So it's $36 and you'll get another 10% off of that. All right, next is the Wildly Flowering. I don't have this bundle either. I don't even have this paper. I do have this really cool folder, which is called Dashing Designs 3D folder. And we're going to be using that on one of our projects. So, okay. Here is Full of Life. This ribbon is so awesome, the ribbon that's in this suite. Lily Pond Lane, so you have a bundle there. Thoughtful Journey. And then you have like what we call a mega suite, but there's two bundles. You have the Country Birdhouse bundle, Country Flowers bundle. I just finished the blessing box, for May, blessing box. And so if you still need to get that bundle to create your blessing box items, make sure to order that on June 5th. Here we have another mega suite, Flowers of Beauty, Unbounded Love. And then I believe we're going to start getting into just the bundles. Layers of Beauty stamp set, and you want to make sure that you get the bundle price. Now this year they've done the bundle price up in the photo that they've got above the bundle. Okay, so your pricing is right there in the pretty in pink. This is kind of a cool bundle, and there's something new this year is you can choose dies or punches in your bundle. And this is a nice variety stamp set. I'm not in the camera very well with the photo there, but there's that one. Another bundle. Now all these bundles will go through page, I believe 73, but there are a lot of bundles if you didn't realize. I mean, honestly, that's quite a few bundles that they have in here. This sketch butterfly is beautiful, and so is Spotlight on Nature. I love them both. And you guys, these dies right here, if you, I saw that these are on low inventory, so if this is a bundle you want, make sure that you grab it up right away on June 5th. We're going to feature In the Grove today as one of our projects. We always need masculine cards. I feel like there's a bump here on my paper. I don't know. We always need masculine cards, and so I thought I would share that one. So here are the last two bundles, page 73. Now I want to make sure you understand. When you turn the page to 74, it looks like these are bundles. They're no longer bundles. They're all priced separately, so there's no bundle price on page 74. So just be aware of that, okay? So, hi, Gian. All right, so I wanted to talk to you about the bundles since that promotion will start on June 5th. I know it's a little bit early, but I won't be back online before June 5th, I don't believe. Let's see. Well, June 5th is Friday, or Thursday, next Thursday. Yeah, I guess I will be. Anyway, okay, so let me move this out of the way. So let's start with our first card. Now we're going to go with our easiest card first, is what I think is easy. And move my cup over here and bring my measuring, because I'll give you the measurements as I go. However, I will have a tutorial because, like I said, this is a free class. With a purchase of $35, you'll be able to get these 4 cards, and I will be including a free gift, and you will not be disappointed, I promise you. I promise. Okay, so we're going to feature this next project, and it's going to be using Grateful Blessings. This is a stamp set. You've got 2-step stamping here. We're going to feature the peach pie in color, and let's grab, we're using, what's it called, Basic Beige with our peach pie. This is the easiest card. I try on my virtual classes like this to start with the easier card and move onto the harder cards. Hi Jeanne, I don't know if I said hello. I just saw your name there. All right, so what will you get in your kit? Just like what you see right here. This is what you will get in your kit, and I include envelopes in my kits, okay? I know a lot of people don't, because the price did go up, but I'm able to still include those envelopes at this time in my free with the purchase classes. And that goes for my Monday classes too, when I have them in person. So, like I said, we're going to start with this is Basic Beige. This is 8.5 by 5.5. And then I've already pre-cut and run through the emboss folder. Can you see that design? It's really, really neat looking design. This is 4 by 5.25, okay? And then I've used the Stylish Shape dies, which is the largest square. And then this is our yummy peach pie ribbon, and I will have a bow done for you. Don't forget that we still have until tomorrow, today and tomorrow, to join special to get the, I think, $82 value plus $125 in product for only $99. I'd love to have you as part of our team. All right, the first thing we're going to do is I have my handy spoon here, and this is a tip that I've shared before. And hi, Bobby. And what I'm going to make sure is that when you look at your stamp pad, see how this is darker right here, and it gets lighter right here? That's because I took my spoon, let me push this in, and I want to get a nice, I don't want a bubbly ink on my polymer stamp, okay? So I'm just going to take my plastic spoon and see what I'm doing. I'm pushing the ink back, okay? And this ink's still there, and it will still come back to the top after a little while. But see the difference in the color? That's only because I've pushed that ink down into the pad. Now I've got my cleaner here, and I'm just gonna, that's why I like this plastic spoon in my stamper kit, because you never know when you might need to, when you do a distinctive stamping especially, it's nice to have this spoon. So, all right, let's start out. We're going to do the flower first, and we're going to do that in Memento Black, and that is behind me here somewhere. There we go. I don't have it in, I took it out of the peach for some reason. Okay. Let's grab my mat. Now, when you get these kits, what if you don't have this stamp set? That's okay. I've designed them. The only one I didn't design where you could use anything is the card using the In the Grove, okay? But you will love that card. Okay, Memento Black. We're going to stamp the outline of the flower. And what do I want to call these? I'm sure there is a specific name for these flowers, but you know what they remind me of? There's a little white flower that smells so good, and it's, I can't think of the name of it. I should have looked it up. But anyway, it reminds me of this flower that you don't see very much. I saw, when I was a kid, there was these flowers were in a certain spot by our house, and oh my goodness, they smelled so good, and they grow low to the ground. If somebody can think of what they are, let me know. All right, so that's going to get stamped at an angle on the square. Okay, next thing we're going to do is I have chosen "You Are Loved" because you can use that with for anything. You are loved, happy birthday. You are loved, get well soon. You are loved, cancer sucks, because we have that in one of our stamp sets. Excuse me. So I'm just making sure this is inked up. Excuse me. Lily of the Valley. I think that's it, Colleen. Thank you. I believe that is it. It smells so good. I love that. All right, so my "You Are Loved" is going to go right up here towards the top right corner, just like that. And let's clean this off. Last night, I was creating a video. I got black all over me, and I have no idea how that happened. So I don't know if I cleaned that, but I'm going to anyway. All right, now, so we've got our peach pie. We're going to take the insert of the flowers, and I'm going to ink that up in this area where I have moved I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to bring it in. I don't know if you can tell. I don't think you can see it on here. But anyway, sometimes if you have too much ink, it looks too bubbly. This one doesn't look too bad. Okay, so I'm going to tap it again. Okay. I still think it looks kind of, it still looks dark, but see how it's already, the color has already gotten darker, that the color has come back up because I got long-winded here. Let's move this. All right, I'm going to move this again because I don't want this much ink on my stamp. This is completely solid, and so I just want to make sure that I have a nice color when I stamp down. So I do need the scrap. There we go. Yeah, see. All right, so I'm going to ink this up. I am going to stamp this off. See, that's much different. Can you see the lighter than that is? Because I've moved that ink out of the way. All right, so that's what I want. And then I have to line this up. So my head's got to come right on top of here. And I'm going to try to line this up. And you can see pretty well. So there we go. Look at that. Fabulous. See that? Now, you can use colored pencils. You can use blends because we're using the memento. You can use whichever one that you would like. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my colored pencils. They're right behind me under my cute little bee. Isn't that just the cutest? It's so soft too. All right, put him there. And I want the Granny Apple Green. So let's grab that. Again, you can use marker, you can use colored pencils, you can use whatever you want, but I'm just going to use my Granny Apple Green and just color that very quickly here. Get an addition 10% on stamp and die bundles only. That's a total of 20% discount on stamp and die bundles. Okay, this excludes sweets. Nancy, you are the best. Thank you so much for clarifying that for all of us. I thought it was just the bundles, so I really, really appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much. All right, so here's what you have, okay? You can use whatever stamps you want. But I thought I like this Grateful Blessings because look at the sentiments. You're such a blessing. Thank you for your prayers. I'm grateful for you. You guys, this right here, I could send this to all of you that have been praying for me and my mother-in-law and just my life in general. Yeah, so, and I don't know that I cleaned this, so let me do that real quick. All right, super easy card, like I said. I'm going to show you how I put together this bow. Let's get these out of here. The bow and the ribbon. Now, I think I've mentioned before that I use basic tape in my stamping all the time. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this strip right here. I'm just going to eyeball how far down I would like that to be, where I'm going to put my white strip. Oh, that's right. You can also get a 10% off the cut and emboss machine, the white and the boho. All right, let me come up here a little bit more in the kind of almost to the middle maybe, and I'm just going to turn this over and grab me a couple pieces of tape. Now, glue dots work really well to do this too, or I think tape is my favorite, especially when you're working on a die cut, or excuse me, a embossed piece of cardstock. All right, so here's what we have. Now we're going to take some dimensionals and pop this up. And I'm going to, let's see, which is my, that way, okay. I think I'm going to come up just a little bit and put some in the middle there, just so it doesn't fall and sag. We don't like the sags, do we, girls? Hi, Linda. Just catalog bundles are online ones too. Oh, it does include online. I'm pretty positive that the online bundles are also included. It doesn't say just annual catalog, so it is online exclusives, and it is the ones in the catalog. All right, so we're just going to put this right here on our embossed piece. Have to hold it up to see if I have it straight. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this down now flat, and for me, when I am using my seal on an embossed, whoops, see it almost ripped my paper there. I don't know, can you see that? You just have to, I can't go fast because I don't want to rip my paper and have it come up inside my adhesive here. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm going to do this so I can get it straight and try to get it pretty even around the outside. Not too bad. All right, there's what we have. Now, your bow is going to be pre-done for you. All right, you'll need mini glue dots, and this is a little bit heavier ribbon, and so you might want to use 2 dots kind of side by side. So that's what I'm going to do. And I put this down so that it looks like it is like almost a continuation of my ribbon going across, just like that. See? Isn't that pretty? There's that. And we're going to use the Adhesive Back Shiny Sequence. And I will give you whatever embellishment I use on these cards, these 4 cards, I will include those for you. So this one, to be honest with you, you could use the orange color, you could use the green, even these yellowish ones, they coordinate with this. So let's pull these out. Hello, Miss Carrie. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all of you being here. So this one, let's see. I'm going to pull out a little more of this green in this particular card. So let's grab a small and come right here, and a large and come right there. I think I'm going to go with another small. Where do I want that? You guys know how I am. There we go. All right. So there is card number 1. Nice and easy. You got this beautiful embossing. See, my lighting just looks weird. It doesn't show the embossing very well. Let me see if I turn this back on. There, if I turn it off, you can see the embossing better, right? Okay. There you go. The ribbon effect with the glue dot. I know, I like it too. Thanks, 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 thanks. Okay, so there's card number 1. All right. And this is Grateful Blessings. This doesn't have any dies or punches, but it fits lots of our dies and lots of our punches. Great sentiments. Okay, let's move that out of the way, and I'm done with my pencil there. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Now the next card, I know it got kind of dark because I turned that light off, so I'm going to turn that light back on. There we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the sketched butterflies for our next card. And this card was inspired by a sloth that I got from Taran. And let's see, what do I need here? I'm going to use this. We're going to use some blending brushes. And these 2 colors, this, right? Yes. And this. Okay. So, we're going to use masking tape. Now, I will include this also in your, I will include 2 pieces in your package. When you purchase $35 or more, it'll be part of your, what you're going to use for your card. So nice sentiments that are in here. It's different butterflies than what we've had. There really is, this really does look more sketched than what I've seen in the past, I guess. And then you've got all these beautiful die cuts in here. And then, of course, all the stamps that you see. All right, so I'm going to put this over to the side. And put that there, so. All right, I have a base of, that is Poppy Parade, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have 2 pieces, one for the inside, one for the out, and these are 4 by 5 1/4. Okay? So what you're going to do with one of your pieces is we're going to use this masking to create this gorgeous little line. Actually, I'd need my, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. My camera, I figured out, it does not like these line things. It does not like the glass mat. Whatever it is with that glass mat, those lines, it really, to me, it makes things more blurry, and I don't like that. So that's the reason I don't have my glass mat down here tonight. But we're going to put this down. So you'll have 1 inch of the masking paper, and you'll want to make sure that you get this straight. So let's see here. I would suggest, make sure, if, I don't know, can you see the little fuzzies on there? I already used it on my pants to get some of the fuzzies off, because you can see I already did this technique. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over to the side, and you should have enough where it will come right off of the edge. So, or go right to the edge and top and bottom. Hope that makes sense. Okay, and you do want to make sure that you are straight on your card, because it's going to definitely show if you're not. So you want to make sure that it's straight. Here is the other piece, and again, this will be a 1 inch piece, and I'm going to come off the edge a little bit because I want this to be, excuse me, I want this to be a little bit wider than what I did last night. There we go. Okay. I think I got it straight. Does that look pretty straight to you guys? Okay, there we go. So the colors we are using, excuse me, I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo and Poppy Parade. So I'm going to start with Flirty Flamingo. When you use these brushes, you want to make sure that you can use a light and a dark. You can wash them out, whatever you want to do. This is kind of my orange, and so I'm going to go with get it all out, and then I'm going to go to, I've already done that, and then I'm going to go to the color I want to use. Okay, so excuse me here 1 second. What we're going to do is swipe your brush. You can use a large or a small, it doesn't matter. Swipe it, that's what I usually do, and get some on my brush and tap the heavy off. And then I'm going to start at the top. Well, you could either way, because when you take it off, you can turn it upside down. I'm going to start at the top. And I'm just going to start off my paper and just come in and come down on my white so that my color is going to be light, very light. Because you can't take color away. You can always add, but you can't take color away, right? Okay, so get more, tap off the heavy, and again, start off on your masking paper or the edge, whichever you prefer, but you can even go side to side. Sorry if you're seeing some bounce going on. Okay, bring that down. One more time, I think, and I'm going to come down a little farther here. And again, I started off of the edge, so I didn't go pounce right onto my cardstock. That's what gives you those heavy blotchy spots if you come right onto your cardstock. And I'm just holding it at the tip of my brush because I just feel like it gives me more control. Now, you could do this technique using a sponge. If you have the old sponges where they're cut in quarters and using it that way, you could do that. Hi, Margaret. No worries. You can do the replay. We're on the second card. You can use sponges, sponge daubers. I would not recommend sponge daubers. They're too easy to get blotches. That's my opinion on using the sponge daubers. Okay, so there's Flirty Flamingo. Bring that up closer. You can see how the color kind of stops right there. And now we're going to go with Poppy Parade. It's not a huge difference in the color, but it is darker. So that's what I want. So I'm going to pull some of the Poppy Parade. I'm going to tap off that. See how heavy that excess is there? I don't want that on my card. I'm going to do this. It's easier for me when I have it at the top. So I'm going to start up here and just bring that color in to meet Flirty Flamingo. It's not a huge, like I said, it's not a huge difference in color, but it's enough where you're going to see that there's a difference in the color. Okay, so we just kind of do that for a little bit to meet up, and I want it a little darker, so I'm going to get a little heavier handed here. You love Poppy Parade. I know it's one of those colors that I think it's going to be a color that people will miss if Stampin' Up! Retires it. And but it is so good at Christmas time or any time. It's just a happy color, and it's not like a traditional red. Okay, you guys can see the difference in the color going on there, right? It looks so good. All right, let me bring that up closer. See that? See how you've got the lighter at the top and the darker at the bottom, or vice versa, whichever way you want. I'm going to come up here into the orange just a little bit with whatever's left on here to kind of bring my color on into the Flirty Flamingo, not really orange. Okay, so there we are. So kind of an ombre kind of look is what we have going on. And so I'm going to, actually, you know what I wanted to do? I think I want to do a little bit on the inside of here. I'm just going to see what color I have going on that's left. I'm going to try to get some more color out of this brush and just make a kind of a triangle here on the corner of my card. So we have something fun on the inside. Let's see if there's any orange left in here. Not really, but this is good. That's all I want. I just want a little hue of a color. Let me see. There, you can see it a little bit. I don't know, my lighting is just weird. There, you can see it, just down at the corner right there. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to use this large butterfly. We're going to use these cute little butterflies here and my sentiment. So I'm going to take my basic black, not basic black, Memento black. We're going to take this, before I do that, let's go ahead. And now when you take this mask off, just be careful and take it off slowly. But it's amazing because you have this beautiful line there. And then I save my paper because I'm going to stick it right back on here. I'm going to stick it on here because it's still good. I can use it again. Do that and then pull this one off. And that's why I said it's easier, it comes off really easy if you make sure that it's not super sticky right from the package. And so I did take it and I kind of tapped, once I had the sticky open, I tapped it on my jeans a little bit and it works great. Let's see, yeah, this is the side I need it on. Just trying to match it up, back up on my paper here. All right. Okay, look at that. Fine blending brush application, I guess is what you would say. Okay. Oh, I still need this, Barb. Well, no, yeah, I do. I still need this because I'm going to go off of the page a little bit, off my cardstock. All right, let's make our front. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my large butterfly. Ink that up. And when I have the larger stamps, I do like to take my ink and go on top of the stamp. And I'm going to make this butterfly. I'm going to stamp this so that it is not, that you have pieces coming off of the color. So it's going to have a little bit off the color onto the white, if that makes sense. Look at that. Fabulous. I'm getting my cleaner out here. I need that. All right. Got that. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my sentiment. And this sentiment says, hope is, I don't have it straight. First of all, I need to get it straight. That is important, and it was not. There. Hope is a beautiful thing that flutters in the soul. I think that's a great sentiment. Okay, let's get this inked up, and that is going to go kind of right here. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come off of my color onto the white. Okay, so I'm half on the color and half off. And this is just, I don't know what you would call this technique. Color blocking, maybe, probably. And these butterflies are just the cutest stinking things there are. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put right here, ink this up again. Let's see if I can. I wanted another butterfly over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and add right up here. Okay, so you have the butterflies kind of going in their pattern like that. And before I finish, I'm going to take these butterflies and go ahead and I'm going to, where I have sponged here, I'm just going to go ahead and put those butterflies right there just for a little extra. I'm going to come over here and let's do, there we go. All right, so there's for the inside. And let's go ahead and clean this out of the way, cover up my black before I get it everywhere like I did yesterday. Thanks for joining. Hi, Taran. Yep, it's ombre. Your card inspired me to do this card that I'm doing right now, my friend. So, we're going to go ahead, and this is just going to go right on the front of our card. Just like so. It's just one of those wow techniques, and I just think it's beautiful. All right, this is for the inside. And then we're going to add some gems to the front. Let's see here. We're just going to use some good old rhinestones and get my take your pick tool. Let's move that out of the way. There we go. Let's go ahead with a large right there. And how about right there? Just giving some really pretty, a little bit of sparkle to that card. So there is card number 2. How do you like that one? I just wanted to share a fun technique, you know, along with using this beautiful stamp set. And again, this will be featured in the sketch butterfly. Will be featured in our June blessing box. All right, the next card is going to feature You Are Beautiful. Now, you could use the other stamp set if you wanted to, the one that we used initially. You could use this one on that card if you'd like. So you could use this for 2 of the cards. But this is another stamp set. It's got a scripture verse, and I just think it's a great stamp set. Let me pull in what we're going to use here. We're going to be using Misty Moonlight, and, sorry, I got my baskets over here on the side. Move that. And those. Okay. Misty Moonlight is what we're going to feature on this one. And another product that we're going to feature is something that doesn't get used a whole lot, I don't think, is the foam adhesive sheets. All right, so that will be part of what you get with your card kit. So we are using the large sprig, and we're using Make Today Amazing. So what we have, again, this was another swap, and this was inspired by Miss Nancy. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like that card. You just ordered the You Are Beautiful stamp set? Yeah. Yeah, it was on my list, that's for sure. So what we have is, this is 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. So this one is a little bit different. Then you have another piece of white, and that piece is 3 1/2 by 5 1/2. And then you're going to have a couple pieces of the country lace, and this is in the blues. One side is the basic beige, and one side is the Misty Moonlight and some white. This is 1/2 inch by 5 1/2, so you'll have 2 of those. All right, and let's do our stamping first. We're going to be using the blending brushes again, and you know, I didn't pull my blue here, and it's not behind me, so let me grab a blue blending brush here. I just keep them in my old stamp cases, you know, when we had the wooden stamps that were in the large cases, or if you have just blank wooden ones, that's how I store my blending brushes. And I guess if I used them a ton, maybe I would have them in something different. But I don't have space to keep them all out, I guess. So I don't know. I'm trying to, I think I know which, see, I'm going to use a color that, this dark color, I'm going to use that. And I'm going to grab my scrap paper here. Over here. And I'm going to try to, I'm going to turn this over, I guess. And I'm going to try to get as much, if there's any color left of this darker color here, I'm going to try to get it out. So all I'm doing is just rub, rub, rub. You can see a little bit coming out, but it's going to be dark like the Misty Moonlight, so it shouldn't be an issue. Hello, Miss Linda. I sure wish I was in Alabama. My Aunt Linda, I saw her name pop up there. All right, Misty Moonlight. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to just do a little bit of sponging. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to stamp this first. Let's go ahead and stamp this first. Maybe I need to re-ink my Misty Moonlight. Oh, I know. This stamp is created, so it's a distinctive stamp. So when it looks like it is not completely, okay, see that? See how it doesn't look like it's completely inked up? It is, because it's created to have that light and dark effect. All right. I need to get something over here. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's take this, and we're going to take this sprig and just kind of stamp it towards, at an angle, about right there, and stamp that down. You keep your blending brushes in the wood case too. I have one for each color family, and label them. That's a good idea, Taryn, to label them. I agree. Okay, look at how pretty that is. And it is supposed to be, it's a distinctive stamp, so it does have the lighter and darker effect. We're also going to take our sentiment, and that's just going to go right onto the front. I want to make sure I'm inked up good, yeah. And it says, may today be amazing. I'm going to bring that over to the right and down just a little bit, just like that. And let's clean these before my hands and arms get in there. Hi, Maria. Thanks for joining. All right. Okay. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and do a little bit of blending here. And I need this back. We're just going to give a hue of blue around that fern. So grab some ink, tap off that excess, and I would actually start off there and then just lightly come around the outside of your fern or whatever it is. I don't really know. Sprig, how about that? Let's just call it a pretty sprig. I know this camera is not going to pick this up. It is so not, it's just so soft and pretty. I don't know how else to say it, but this layout was inspired, like I said, by Miss Nancy. I'm not going to bring the blue around my sentiment. I want that to stand out a little more on the white. Okay, let me see if you can see. See how you can see a little bit of that hue? And the pictures will show better when I take the photos and put them on the page, but that's perfect. That's just what I want. Okay, there's that. So now, remember I said we're going to be using this foam adhesive sheets. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut this in strips so that it will hold this up well. I don't want to use the solid. You could if you have them in your possession, but we're just going to use the about, what is that? A 1/4 of an inch. I'm just going to cut a 1/4 of an inch. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to be adhesive. You could also, if you want it wider, you could do that. But another thing is, if we have the adhesive strips, that would also work. You could do the adhesive strips. You can do so much more with these, and so to spend the money that they cost, this is a great way to go. All right, so the longer pieces are going to go on my sides. So let's turn this over on the longer sides, put it that way. So I'm going to put it like right towards the edge, and then the shorter ones here. Now, if you wanted to fill in more with other dimensionals, you know, pop some in between there. That would be a great idea if you wanted to. Or, like I said, you could use the strips if you wanted to buy those. I will give you the 4 pieces you need for the card. All right. So what I mean is another piece would fit there. I don't think I'm going to use it. I think we're good like this. It'll hold it up very well. Okay. Actually, I take that back. I am going to go ahead and use some of my dimensionals in the center just so it doesn't sag. All right. Now, this is going to go from top to bottom, meaning from scored line to the bottom, and I want to make sure I'm trying to see the best way I can do it. Probably like this, because it's going to go right to the bottom. I want to make sure that I get that right there. Well, actually, now that it's not on, okay, where are my strips? Let's put these on first. These are just going to go right to the edge. They're going to go right to the edge of your card. So, let me grab this. And let's get that adhesive down. We're almost done, and then we have our masculine card that we're going to do, and we're going to use the blending brushes again. So I guess this class is a little more on the technique side on using the blending brushes, because I've used them on 3 of the cards here so far. So, and last piece, again, you want to butt this right up to the edge of your card. And I'm not doing very well. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to turn this around. Okay. Turn around this way. And let's get this right down to the bottom corner and edge and all the way. There we go. Okay, so yes, put those on first. Put those little guys on first. Now these have all the pieces off, and so I'm going to lay this down. See why you need the your designer paper on first. So, okay, there's that, and it's just going to go right to the top. All right, just like that. And it really, it raises it up, so it just gives it kind of a different effect. Now we're going to use some linen thread. I got a piece cut right here. Some linen thread, and we're going to make a little bow with the linen thread, and we're going to put that on with a mini glue dot. I love our mini glue dots, right? And I'm going to make it kind of bigger loops, because I just, maybe not that big. Okay, pull that a little bit. All right, there we go. Mini glue dots, here we are. I need to rip off that excess. Now, when you get a mini glue dot, when I push it on like that, there, you know, it's bigger than that piece of linen. So I just kind of roll it so it's not sticking out everywhere. I'm going to put that right there, just like that. And then it does need to be trimmed, so let me grab some scissors. Oh, sticking to my masking piece over here. There and there. And of course, we need to have some bling on here. And we'll rip that piece off. And I don't really have one in my container here. I'm thinking that what do I want to say? Oh, what are they called? Rhinestones. Hello. These are the gray. These are the basic gray and smoky slate. That's kind of nice. So what do you think about those? Now I can't use these. These are out of stock, and so I think they're supposed to be back early June, but I don't want to chance and try those. Anybody have ideas? Let me see what else might go really nice with the blue. We have the tinsel gems. I don't know about this blue though. This almost looks like blueberry bushel. What do you guys think? Hi, you can see it? What can you see, Carol? You think what do you guys think? You think that the blue ones here or the silver grayish ones? I'm not sure which ones I want to use. Or just regular old rhinestones. Rhinestones are always good, right? What do you think, guys? I'm looking at your comments. We have one last card to do while you guys are thinking about. So should I use rhinestones, dark blue or gray? Rhinestones, blue, silver gray ones. Here's the rhinestones. You like the blue ones? You can color them with blends too. Yes, you absolutely can. So maybe what we'll do, I think the rhinestones actually look the prettiest when I look at them against here. The silver kind of looks good. I guess you could use that for a masculine card with the silver ones, and if you wanted to. Hi, Gail. Either one. I'm going to go with the rhinestones. How's that, guys? We're just going to stick with our good old rhinestones because, you know, that way if you do get the kit and you have blends, you could color them if you wanted to. I think I'm just going to go with the rhinestones. All of that fuss to just go right with our basic rhinestones. All right, so I think I'm just going to stick with little ones on here. Let's do one here. Just that little bit adding onto there. I don't know. I think I should have a bigger one over here. So I'm using my little pokey end of my, I didn't push it down super hard. I used the pokey end, the piercing end of my take your pick, and I decided I'm going to go with a bigger one over there. There we go. Did they retire the basic gems? The rhinestones, no. The rhinestones are still in the catalog. Yep. If that's the one you're talking about, Taryn, I'm not sure. Okay, we're ready for our last card here, folks. And this one is a little more involved, and you will have all of the die pieces for this, the card that we're going to do next. It's a great masculine card. At the same time, it's just a beautiful card. You'll see what I mean as we get going here. Let's see, here, okay, all right. Yeah, I got a whole big basket, and let's switch this out. And I already got my brushes, so I'm good on my brushes. There. All right, here I am. We have basic white, and then you will have this already pre-die cut for you. That's what it looks like, okay? You'll have this piece die cut, and you'll have a little bunny and a little squirrel. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I did the die on the top. So what we're going to do is, first of all, my suggestion would be to take your pencil that I suggest being in your basic stamper kit, and what you will do is lay this down, okay, center it, how it's going to go onto your card front. And I'm going to suggest making some little tick marks. This will tell you where your image is going to be. It's hard to see this white on white. I want to make sure I've got it kind of straight before, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little mark down here and like here. I'm just going to make marks so I can see that this is the edge of where my die is going to be. Now I don't know if you can see those tick marks. I'm trying to see in my screen here, but it's hard for me to tell. I'm looking on my iPad. There, you can see them a little bit. So I just barely have them there, but I have them in person. I can see where they are, okay? I can see where they are. What we're going to do is we're going to create a beautiful sunset here. And so we're going to start with Lemon Lolly. I want to make sure that I'm going to put these pieces up here on my computer. So if I forget where my pieces are, you guys, say, Barb, they're on your computer. But I think I can see them there, so we're good. All right, let's bring this here. We don't need that. We're going to be stamping here. Lemon Lolly. And let's grab our brush. We're going to start there and tap off the excess. I'm going to turn it this way because, and then you're going to start like right in the middle of where you put your tick marks, okay? Okay, this might take a lemon. The lemon is a lighter color. Now you could use daffodil if you don't have the lemon, but these are all going to kind of blend together. But yellow is going to be first. And I'm just making kind of a line of the yellow. Alrighty. I think it was iridescent that retired. Oh yeah, that's right, Nancy, you're right on that. The iridescent gems, those are the ones that they had the huge, actually they had some huge size in that one. All right, so there's some yellow. I might need to go a little darker, but for now I'm going to close this up. And then we're going to go with pumpkin pie. And grab my Flirty Flamingo brush, that blending brush. So we'll get some of that. Tap that off. And then I'm just going to go right on top of the whole idea is you don't want to go past your pencil marks here, okay? That's now see what I did there? You don't want to do that. See how I got that crazy blotch there? That's okay. We're gonna blend that around. We're gonna make this work. It's okay. It just looks like a cloudy sunset with a blotch there. Okay. I'm gonna leave the orange like that for the moment. And then next, I actually am going to take the green here. You know what? I need the blue. I need the blue that we just used. And because we want a little bit of blue at the top. This looks so pretty when it's done. I'm just going to use the Misty and get a lot of that off. And see my tick marks right there? I want to make sure I'm not too far. I kind of went up high with my orange, so I'm going to kind of make sure that blue doesn't go too far past my tick marks. Now, you will have some edging there, but you don't want to come all the way out because you don't want it to show on the outside of your die cut piece. Okay. All right, see what I got going on there? I think I'm trying to decide if I'm good with that yellow or not. Ooh, I'm good with that blue. We're gonna need that. Let's close this blue up. I think I'm gonna come down a little more with that yellow, you know? More in the middle here, a little darker down here. Okay, we're done with the blending. Let's move these out of the way. So now we have pumpkin pie and garden green. We're going to be using those. And the first thing we're going to do is use this right here. Again, I don't think I mentioned this. I mentioned it. In the Grove, I'm using this. There's no sentiment with the In the Grove with this bundle. But I'm going to use Unbounded Love because there's lots of sentiments in here you could use. Another stamp set suggestion are a few of these, So Sincere or Comforting Thoughts. This is another great stamp set that's all words. These are really great. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp this first in Garden Green. So let me just ink this up. And this stamp is created so that it looks kind of like trees or, ooh, that is a juicy pad. Oh, I'm a little worried about that. Hang on. What is happening? That is really super dark. All right, I'm going to stamp this now that I've stamped off. I'm going to stamp this because that was just way too dark. I'm going to stamp that right here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so see what I have? See how that it looks like grass and behind and all that? Ooh, I can't believe how dark that is. I don't know. I must have inked that up and not used it since I inked it up. Okay, there's that. Now, we're going to clean this off and we're going to stamp the same thing in the pecan pie. And what's going to happen is this is going to be right inside of our frame. So let's ink that up with pecan pie. So does anybody have this stamp set or bundle already called In the Grove? I would be curious. All right, so this is actually, let's see here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp it upside down because it's going to be covered up. So I'm going to stamp that in the pumpkin pie or pecan pie upside down. Okay, see that? And then I am missing another brush. I'm going to take a brown blending brush and blend that together. I thought I was prepared, you know, that's how it is sometimes. Here it is. Here's my brown. Kind of brownish yellow, actually. All right. I'm going to get a little bit of this pecan. And I'm just going to bring these two colors together with this pecan so that there's no white in between. I don't really want white in between the green and the pecan. I want it to look like ground. And did I ink? Yeah, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp it again. I didn't clean it yet. There we go. Okay. I'm going to bring that up close. See how you don't see white in the middle anymore? That's what I wanted. Fabulous. All right. Now, I don't know. I need my spoon because this is way too juicy. And I need to stamp, I want to stamp some pine trees. But this is just like really, really juicy. So there's my trick. And if you've got a lot on the spoon like that, before you clean it, get some of that ink off so you don't have tons of ink inside your cleaner. All right, here are the little pine trees that are in the stamp set. So ink that up. Okay, that looks pretty good. Bring it back over here. I'm going to put these trees kind of right here. They're going to kind of, what do I want to say? They're going to be in kind of behind the this right here. See, look at that. Ooh, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, ink this up again, and I'm going to bring this down and come over here some more, just like that. So we've got a nice little scenery happening, right? Okay. So really, the hardest part about this card is just getting your blending done, using the blending to create this beautiful sunset. And I am ready to, I don't think I cleaned that. We're ready to put our card together. Oh, we do have one more stamping to do. We have our sentiments to stamp. And I am going to stamp that in black, the Memento black. And the sentiment I'm using says, first of all, I want to kind of lay this down so I know where my sentiment is going to go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's just gorgeous. Now, if you want to, actually I'm going to take my brown and I'm going to rub it on these trees a little bit because they're just super stark white. And even birch trees have some color on them, so even if they are birch trees, they'll have a little color. And then this green, because it kind of looks like grass, I'm going to just kind of take this on the edge, maybe, and just do a little bit of green where it is jagged. I don't know what the other term would be called, but just to do a little bit of green right there. So there's that, so it kind of blends in together. Now, you can use the strips, or you can use dimensionals, whatever works for whatever you have, put it that way. But I'm going to lay this down. This is going to go, and these tick marks are wonderful because it tells me exactly what I need, where I need to be. Okay, now I want to show you something. Can you see the white at the bottom? I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back in with the brown. That I don't want that white there. Let's bring this and let's color this a little bit so it's not stark brown right there. Yep. Just like that. I don't want to come off the edge because I want the white to be around my frame. I want white to frame my frame. Does that make sense? Oh, thank you, Sue. All right, so there we go. It's not there. That's not as stark. And it's not exactly what I wanted. It still looks okay. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to lay this down so I know where I'm stamping my word, faith. And let's do that. So this word, faith. I don't think I've used this yet, so I need to make sure that it's stamping well. Okay. All right. So I want the word faith kind of right here. Kind of right in the sunset. And then, remember I said I have my, I did this die cut from the die cuts there. We're going to use black. I need to oil my chair. It's very squeaky tonight. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it is. It's squeaky. All right. I really should have my pad under here, but we're going to make this work. Okay. Bring myself up close so I can see where it's going and stamp. All right. I did it. Now, let's put our card together. We're ready to put our card together now. I'm going to put this here because that needs to be cleaned. All right. Let's grab the dimensionals. I'm going to pop these in the corners. We're almost done. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour. Is it a little over an hour? Yep, a little over. And usually they are a little longer whenever I do 4 cards like this. And I just appreciate you guys being here, checking out what's going on. And again, if you place an order of $35, you're going to get these 4 cards and the embellishments that will for the cards. Usually I don't send the gems, but you will get those. And you'll also be getting a gift that you will be able to use. And I just wanted to put a couple more little ones there on the side. The big ones are too big on the side, so that's why I went with the mini dimensionals. But yes, what I was saying is that you'll get a nice gift that you will like in your package of cards when you place that $35 order or more through through June 6th, okay, which will include that day of bundle special. All right, so now now that I got my little dimensionals on here, I just want to make sure that you can erase your tick marks if you want, but I think I'll be good. And there, and okay, there we go. All right, you guys, how pretty is that? And this, I'm just going to put right over here. Now, you could put it either place, I guess. I think I don't know. I think I'm going to put it on this side. I'm going to put it flat because I've already popped up the whole frame. So I'm just going to use this flat, and that's going to go kind of right there. You could use dimensionals if you wanted to. There we go. Now, remember I said you're going to have a little die cut of your bunny and your squirrel. So we're going to take the bunny, and I'm not going to pop them up. I'm just going to do them flat with my adhesive. And my bunny is going to kind of peek out of the tree here, like that. And the squirrel is going to go up here onto the tree. So, because that's where the squirrels are supposed to be, right? All right. So you can decide where you want him to be, but I think I'm going to put him right over here. And no gems, because this is a nice, you can make this a great masculine card, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? Do you guys like it? I think it looks like a picture out of a book or something. The other thing you could do, you could use blue, and you could make this like water and then put the bunny, somewhere else. But yeah, isn't that pretty? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys liked it. So let me bring all of the cards back in. And again, you will need your own stamp sets and inks and basic stamper kit and such. But you will get the card kit and a color tutorial if you place a $35 or more order with me by June 6, 2024. So if you're watching this after that time, here are the 4 cards. Okay, and then this one is right there, and there we have them. Okay, there you go. Those are our 4 cards for tonight. They're beautiful. You guys, I'm telling you, the photo in the computer does not do justice. So Maria likes the scenery card. What's your favorite? Which one? Tell me which one is your favorite. I know I don't know. I like them all. I really do. I think they all have the special, just a special. This one is definitely more involved, and so it's definitely a step up in making cards. Thank you, Sue. Thanks, Diana, everyone. Carol, you like the first card we did, or this is number one? You like this one, or this is number one? So I guess I should put them the way I did them. So there's one, and there's two, and there's three, and there's four. That's the order I did them, right? Card four. Card four, yeah. Thank you guys. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this time together, and I hope that you learned something, a little tip or technique that you might not have done and that you're willing to try. That's what it's all about, is learning new stuff and spending time together. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn the camera up. They're all pretty, but one as well. Yeah. The scenery one. Yep. It is. It's very, very striking in person, you guys. Let me turn the camera up and say have a good night. And again, don't forget to use the link with the host code if you want to place the order with me. I sure appreciate it. Keep me going here. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the evening, day, whenever you're watching this. And I will see you next time, okay? Bye-bye now.